going to give you a little tour of what we've done. It's really hard to tell from the photo points, and of course we've done so much more work than the photo points that I want to show you around, so I thought maybe this might be a good way to do it. I'm going to take you for a drive of all the area that we've done hand weeding, planting and forestry mulching, to give you some perspective of where I am. I'm going to be heading east towards the creek on the first part, like the gate. My gate is just behind me. It's really hard to explain. I'll show you. Alright, so the front of the farm is there. That's the road through the first paddock. We've weeded this whole area, all of it from lantana, and done planting in all of this area here. And now I'm just past the third gate, and I'm just about to take a drive down to where the creek is, to the east. So the creek is down here, and we've done all in this area. We've planted heaps of trees and lamandra all through there, and all through here as well in this area. So this has all been weeded from lantana. This was really thick lantana all through here. So this was all really tall, thick lantana. The forestry mulchers come through here, and the succession is the bracken fern and the lamandra are the first things to pop up, so that's great. We've got no bare ground because all the lantana got mulched. The creek's down there. We did all through here, so this is all growing back nicely. We've done hand weeding all through that area. That's all along the creek as well. So this is where the forestry mulcher got bogged. You probably saw some of those photos at some stage. So this has all been hand weeded in the sensitive area where the tractor or the forestry mulcher hasn't been able to come through. And you can see that all the lamandra and everything is coming back really beautifully. Again, this was all weed, so it looked like that. Look, I'll just flip over. So this area has gone from this, which is just really tall, thick lantana, to this. So this is all the area that I tracked with the mapping tool. So you can see the difference between here and then where we haven't gotten up here, where it's really high lantana. And then this pathway goes all the way around back to photo point 1 and 2. So this is the other side of the creek to the, what is it? I guess to the south side of the creek. This is this area here. And all through here was all lantana. We've pulled all that all by hand all through here. We've done a lot of work. We've had volunteers come to do their visa sign-offs, and just to volunteer as well, not for anything except for food in exchange. And so we've had, I can't even think about how many volunteer hours and has been put into this. And then of course we've had paid hours as well. So I'm going to head on out of here and back where we came from, and then I'll see you there. Coming out of the area that we just went into, and I'll take you on the drive so you can get some perspective. That's our gate, or our third gate in the paddocks there, all the lifestyle blocks out the back there. And then if I'm turning around, that's where we came from, and the creek goes all along there. Now I'm back on the road heading towards the creek. We had some real access issues. We couldn't get down here with the buggy or anything because it was so wet. So we've done all weed management all in that area, all through there. There's no lantana left in there really. And we've done heaps of planting. The creek crossing, that's the road down to the creek crossing. And then photo point 1 is along here. Here. So there's the creek. Here's photo point 1. That's looking that way from photo point 1. If we get in there, you can see that the trees and stuff are there, and they're quite healthy with all of that biodiversity with them. But they're very covered in this area by all the plant growth, which is, we want the plant growth because it helps stabilise, even if it's not the exact plant we want. Kraken fern's native, and it's and the all along here you can see the lamandra. This is photo point 1. All along here. So then that is looking back to photo point 1, and you can see this is a bit easier to see. I'm using the camera as well that was part of the funding. So all along there, 3 or 4 deep. So that's photo point 1. We've come along here. I'm taking you to photo point 2 now. Through here was thick with lantana. That was all really thick with lantana. So then we've taken that out, and of course it was not much there. So all these succession species have come up. And then photo point 2 is here. Creek, photo point 2. And all along here is photo point 2. Again, they're doing well, they're just really hard to see in amongst all this growth. But they're a bit easier to see further down. So we've planted all in along here. Done all the weed management all through here. This whole area was tall with lantana, a lot of tobacco bush. It was really just all what we'd call weeds. Creek, and you can see across the other side of the creek there, that was all thick with lantana. All you could see was lantana all along that side of the creek, and now you can see through, and I'll take you around to there as well. In here, all thick with weed, well, thick with lantana. And now we've taken out the lantana, we're seeing beautiful plants like this native raspberry come up everywhere, which is my favourite. All through here it's been hand weeded, mulched. Coming up to photo point 3, which is here. So the photo point is from this way. And you can see all the planting all the way around. Here's the creek in here, and the big ancient tree is just there. And so all of this was thick with lantana as well. So all on this side's all been hand weeded and forestry mulched. But, you know, like, as you can see, this area here on the other side we haven't gotten to. Look how thick it is. So it was all like that, if not thicker, all through this area. all through this area. So I'm walking along photo point 3. You can see all, you can see all the lamandra that's been planted along here. And here, and here, and here's the creek. And then here's been planted. So where we just came from was all along around there. So again, that was all thick with lantana, and you can see through now. All through here has all been planted. The creek in there. Just doing a bit of a pan around. All of that was weed. So we cleared out. Before we did the caring for catchment, we did the cat's claw. And then with caring for catchment, we cleared everything else out. All in here. All in here's been planted with trees and lamandra. It's hard to see. And then we're coming out to where photo point 1 is. So all in there has all been weeded and planted. That's the creek crossing, like the road and the creek crossing. That's photo point 1. That's photo point 2. That's photo point 3. The big trees in the back there. So we've done all on the other side of the creek, which I'll take you to in a minute, all the way around. And to here the crossing, all inside this little horseshoe area here, around back to where I first took you, where that gate is, and we drove through. That's all around there, and then all in there has all been forestry, mulchered, hand weeded and planted as well, which was outside of what we had to do for caring for catchment. So I'll see you on the other side of the creek. We're going across the creek. Photo point 1, photo point 2, photo point 3. Yeah, we've done hand weeding and forestry mulching all through here as well. We've hand weeded all through here. And this is some of the fencing them out of the riparian zone. We've done hand weeding all through this area, not further back there. And this is down to the big tree. This has all been forestry mulched through here. I don't know if you can see up there, but the lantana's about that high up there. You can see here. That's the lantana. So that was like that all through here. So that's the creek, and we've hand weeded all down to the creek, all on the, like the, what would it be, the west hand side of the road or the eastern side of the creek, I think it would be. But yeah, like all the lantana in there, you can see it's all the way up to there. And on this side, we've got rid of it. We're gonna walk because this is a bit. So lantana, thick, all through that side, and then beautiful and cleared out on this side. Stuff's starting to come back through, and it's mainly native, which is great. This has all been hand weeded. I'll show you that lamandra. Just such a beautiful, tough plant. We love it. We're so in love with lamandra. So all of that's been hand weeded. And there's the creek. So just down that way is the tree, the big tree. And that's photo point 1. Wait, no. So photo point 1's up there where the creek crossing is, and photo point 1 comes all the way around here, and then photo point 2 is over here, and then that's the area we drove through. Photo point 3 is over there, and I'm just going to head back to the buggy. It might be nice to take you on a little walk all through this area because it's really beautiful, but I'll drive it. But all through here has all been cleared up. I'll just head back to the buggy and continue down the road towards the big tree. That's what it was. Go in there's all cleared, and we missed this bit. Tree, cleared and forestry mulched. The lantana. Big tree. And we've cleared out all. You can see the lantana is starting to come back. So we've got to get in here, and it's a forever job. So we've cleared out all in here. That's the creek down there. And photo point 3, you might even be able to see it. Yeah, I can. Photo point 3 is through there. So from the tree, we came from this way. If we kept heading down here, we've done a lot down that way as well. But yeah. So guys, thank you again for all of your help. What we've been able to do here is just really quite remarkable. With the funding, and then also because I had a project to work on, it was really easy to recruit volunteers that wanted their visa signed off, or anybody that was interested in regenerative farming. Like, I was able to get a lot of help because of the structure of it. It just really has changed our lives and really motivated us and empowered us to know that we can do something significant within our community to create food security and regeneration of landscapes across neighbouring properties. The workshops has meant that a lot of our neighbours have come along, which then they're able to see what we're doing, and then we can collaborate in the future on, restoring these riparian areas and creating food security. The intangible things that are of incredible value of this project haven't quite resonated with me yet, in that I know that those lessons are going to come in the future. We are going sailing for a year, and then we're coming back to really work out how we do a community supported agriculture system that works, that means that everybody's not burnt out, that we've got safe, non-toxic food, and that we're all connected to land and each other, so that then through any kind of climatic or social changes, then we are more resilient to the point of thriving. I don't want to just be resilient, I want to thrive. So before caring for Catchment, and before we got a little bit of funding from Fire to Flourish as well, I was very much willing to not bother to grow food for the community anymore. It was a work of charity and it was putting us under. So through the funding, we've really been able to get on our feet with it all and really get a good vision of what we want. The workshops has allowed us to create all these amazing relationships and connect with community and people that are actually going to action things. So that's not just my relationship with them, but the relationships between the people that came to the workshops and the projects that have happened because of that is really quite remarkable. There's just so many things to say about how much this helped us, our community, our vision, our life journey. You know, we couldn't really see a way how it would work. And then through that bit of support and feeling like somebody's got your back and somebody cares, and just really having a structured project with some funding that I could pay people was really amazing, because we've been doing the workshops before, but everybody was doing them for free. We were all losing money. It wasn't something we were willing to do. But now through building the audience, now we've got a larger audience. So when we do run workshops, we've got more people to connect with, and there's more chance of people coming to the workshops. The biggest things about the workshops actually that I learned was that numbers don't mean anything, like as in having a lot of people there actually devalues the experience for everybody and doesn't allow for the connections that I need to make and the community needs to make between each other. So the biodynamic workshop, we only had, I can't remember, maybe 30 people there, but I didn't even have time to connect with all those people. Quite a few were new neighbours. Another couple were a young native bee hive couple that have worked with Steve, the native bee guy, so they can come and split our hives. They want to run workshops. They haven't run workshops before. So it's another way that Chaffin Creek Farm is like growing the community by giving them access to a demonstration space where they can educate people. So we wouldn't have found the giant tree either. Where is it? If it wasn't for caring for Catchment, because we wouldn't have had the money to do the forestry mulching. It's a lot. Like, it was like, what was it, $12,000, and we're going to get more? Like, there's no way that we're paying for that. So through that bit of funding, then our in-kind contribution becomes massive, because we've got a project, we've got some help, which means that we're like, right, let's go. So any other reflections is that just everybody's been really great. I've had a lot of support, and the flexibility and the trust that has come with this funding and this project is really, really beautiful, and really inspired me to continue down paths of funding for projects, because this new community-led sort of model and the different ways of reporting and the focus on qualitative rather than quantitative data has been really good. So yeah, thank you. It's been amazing, and yeah, have a great day. So where we've cleared out all the lantana, I'm getting used to this gimbal. Where are you? Where am I? Here. All the native little plants are coming through. So we've got really good ground cover from the leaf litter and the mulch before that. And then we've got some weeds coming through, like the tobacco bush. That's a blue weed. But everything else is native. We planted some ryegrass down here just to get something down here.